My 2024 New Year's resolution, if I'm not already, is to be the best dressed on-air personality at ESPN. That's right, Stephen A., Ryan Clark. If I'm not already, I'm going to leave no doubt in 2024.
We love resolutions. We also love that vote of confidence. I don't know. I saw Shannon's Christmas suit. It makes a good run to. Was
it loud?
No, it was very well put together, where it was very festive.
Shannon clearly is not paying attention to Mad Dog.
No
Mad
one-
Dog
needs to be
Smith.
an
No one is taking over RC.
Yes, there needs to be a little combination. Sometimes.
Yeah, Marcus, you
No
say
one.
no one's taking
No
over
one is
RC.
taking over RC.
Combination.
Yeah,
No one's
I mean,
taking over
Oh,
RC dress.
Ryan's
No
considered
one.
the best dressed man we have here.
We got a triple tie over here. I think
Oh,
we
we
got
do?
All
Shannon,
the men
RC,
think they're the
and
best
Stephen A.
dressed.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, what are we doing? You know,
We're just here.
We're just hanging out. We're just like the curtains hanging around, like just adding more
let's not
accent
get crazy
to it.
now.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah. No. All right, let's go from the best dressed to a battle of the teams with the best records in the league. Lamar Jackson took control of the MVP race by outdueling 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy. Jackson threw for 252 yards and 2 touchdowns while leading Baltimore in rushing with 45 yards. Meanwhile, Brock Purdy threw a career-worst 4 interceptions. Now, the Ravens now lead the way in the AFC with a 12-3 record and can not only clinch the division in Week 17, but can secure the 1 seed going into the playoffs with a win over Miami on Sunday. Now, this is looking a lot like Baltimore's 2019 season when Jackson won NFL MVP and the Ravens for the AFC's #1 seed. But Kimberly, do you still have questions about Lamar in the playoffs?
Still, I never had questions about Lamar in the playoffs. I know Doug is probably going to hit me with some back in the day stats from like 1820 or something like that, but I'm going to stay in the present because what I see in the present is a different guy. Now, I spent time in Baltimore last week sitting down with Zay Flowers. We talked about Lamar, and I talked to people in that organization from top to bottom about the difference in Lamar. He is playing free. He's back to playing with a clear mind, and he's having fun. The contract situation last year, that in the offseason, that weighed on him. All of that is gone. The pressure is gone. He has weapons now. So when we talk about his MVP season from 2019, unanimous MVP selection, the dude has weapons at wide receiver. He throughout his career, he's been asked to do more with less, and now he's got the bag, he's got the roster. And the best thing about Lamar this season is that he has elevated his game to the point of it is not, people think, oh, well, he's just going to run the ball. He's going to tuck it and run. No, he's not. He's using his legs to buy time to beat you downfield. He is literally scoping out the scene, figuring out how can I about Lamar. All the questions that the goalposts with this kid keep moving. And every time he's answered the call. So I don't have any doubts about Lamar. I don't have any doubts about this Ravens team. Like I said, preseason, I picked them to win the Super Bowl. So I'm good on Lamar.
Well, listen, in all sports, there is a regular season performance level and there's a postseason performance level. A perfect example, I'll bring up the baseball, is Clayton Kershaw, who is a great 3-time Cy Young Award winner. He's got an ERA of 2.48. He's got an ERA of 2.48 in the regular season. His ERA in the postseason is 4.45. And he's going to the Hall of Fame. And he is one of the great pitchers in the history of the sport. Yet in the postseason, he can't pitch. And he's had 1 million starts. Now, listen, until Lamar does it in the postseason, can we put the brakes on just a bit? He's going to win the MVP, deserves it. And I'll give him a little break as far as a couple of those games in postseason play. Last year he didn't play. He's 1-3 in the postseason. His quarterback rating is not great in the postseason. And this year, there is a huge boulder on that franchise's back. That AFC is they should win the AFC. They're going to have 2 home games. They're going to have a bye. Mahomes and the Chiefs are off. Buffalo's going to have to be on the road. Nobody believes in Miami on the road in a big game. Let's be honest. Should Baltimore, and don't you think that Baltimore is the odds-on, clear-cut favorite to get out of the AFC?
I did.
All right, so you have a quarterback who's never won 1 playoff game. He's walking into a big situation. All the pressure in the world's on him. Can I see him win a couple of games in the postseason before I can possibly say that I have no qualms whatsoever when he's never done it before? Can I see a couple wins?
Okay, I'm going to let you
Marcus?
marinate,
No.
Marcus.
No.
Why can't I? Why can't
No.
I?
You
Why?
don't need to see him. You don't need to see him. Because Kmart just eloquently told you that the team around Lamar Jackson is better than they were when you start talking about this damn 1-3 record in the playoffs. Man, dog, he has the best defense in the league. Okay, he has way better weapons than he's had in those playoff runs. Man, dog, can we surmise that the only reason why the Ravens made it to the damn playoffs is because Lamar Jackson was on the team? Can we say that? We saw Greg Roman run the offense that was not the right offense in order to take him into the playoffs to have a tremendous amount of success. Hey, man, I just want you to be optimistic. Okay? Can we have optimistic Mad Dog today? I don't want the negative Mad Dog. I think this iteration of Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens is the best team he's been on since he's been there. And you know what they've done since he's been there, Mad Dog? Won a lot of games, okay? The playoffs are different this year, to your point. They should be the clear-cut favorite to go to the championship because of what we see happening with Patrick Mahomes. I don't know what Buffalo is going to be, but Buffalo going to be scary if they get into the playoffs. If they get into the playoffs. But Lamar Jackson and this Baltimore Ravens team is the best team in the league, and they the best team in the AFC. And the reason why I don't have questions about Lamar Jackson, because Lamar Jackson now is playing in a very similar offense to the one that won him the Heisman Trophy when he was in Louisville. This is familiar to Lamar Jackson. He's got on the same page with Zay Flowers. He's doing this without Mark Andrews. They just beat the hell out of the San Francisco 49ers without Mark Andrews. Okay? Mad Dog, be optimistic today. Don't be a hater. Let the man say no. Say no, Mad Dog. Say no, I do not have questions because I have this whole season to tell you why I don't have questions. We can do that. It's okay. It's okay. And this is love coming from me, my brother, not mad.
We love Mad Dog. But before you scribble down another note from the 1800s, here's my thing. We didn't, you're sitting in Stephen A's chair right now. Did we have questions about you? Would you be able to rise to the occasion on this particular Wednesday? I mean, we're looking at your body of work, right? Throughout the season. You know what, Mad Dog, he's engaging. He gives us facts. He gives us knowledge. Every Wednesday, we are enlightened. You drop sports knowledge every Wednesday, but you had never sat in Stephen A's seat. Those are big, the pressure's on, buddy. That cold open,
on,
that's
dog.
a lot.
Come on, talk to me.
And we didn't have doubts about you because we've seen your body of work. But here you are, questioning Lamar Action Jackson. I just don't see it. I don't.
One little negative there to make Lamar, to make Marcus happy. Didn't he lose 2 bowl games? Didn't he also lose 2 bowl games? Lost to
yeah, man, dog. That was what was around him.
Yeah. So he's 1-5.
Oh no, Mad Dog.
I think.
Can I see a couple of big wins before he put him in the Hall of Fame? Oh my God!
We're not kidding.
Tone it down just a bit.
Hey,
and I would say the same thing
note.
about Purdy, by the way. I'd say the same thing about Purdy.
But
Yeah. On a serious note, though, Mad Dog. On a serious note, all right. To me, like getting to the football part of this, to me, this is the reverse of what happened with Matthew Stafford coming over to the Rams. You remember the conversation about Matthew Stafford before he got over? Then he was surrounded by a level of elite talent and was able to go get it done. This to me is more about Lamar's supporting cast. I've literally never had questions about Lamar in the playoffs. I've had questions about his supporting cast and the situation he's walking into in the playoffs. This year is completely different. And Mad Dog, you, me, and Kmart can look at this team and say this is the best and most different way that the Baltimore Ravens have won games. They've won a lot of regular season games. They've had tremendous regular seasons. But we can sit here with objective eyes and say, you know what? This looks a lot different. This defense is a lot better than those defenses that he had when we start talking about the season in totality. This offense is better and has more layers and allows for him to be more of a playmaker than the one that he was playing in with Greg Roman, and that was great. So I think all of those things should bring you home, Mad Dog, and say, no, I don't have questions about this.
I'll tell you right now, if Buffalo plays at Baltimore, I'm coming to work in a Josh Allen T-shirt.
Oh, goodness.
Well,
I think at the end of the day, it's about consistency. And you're always consistent, dropping sports knowledge on us. And what you both are saying is it's the consistency. We're not taught, like the Chiefs, they have not had the consistency. The Ravens have.
Yes.
So that consistency creates momentum. You
Write
want
that down,
momentum.
Mad Dog.
Yeah, it's
that
fair.
the Ravens
Yeah,
have
do you
been
wanna-
consistent.
Yeah,
And
Write
if
that
they
down.
play like,
down.
if they
Yeah.
played like they do in the postseason, like they did on Monday night, they're going to go to a Super
They
Bowl.
haven't given us a reason to
go.
think that they won't. That's the thing. And that's what Marcus and Kmart are saying
Correct.
here. And so I think that consistency, there's a lot of teams we're talking about right now that don't have consistency, including the Chiefs that everyone had coming back to do
Would
it
we
again.
agree with
So-
this? If they lose a playoff game and he's so,
Bye, Mad
will we
Dog.
finally
We're
get off
going
the
to Bob.
Lamar
No,
Hall of
we're-
Fame bandwagon, Marcus?
No, we're going to take
Marcus?
a break,
Nope.
I think,
Nope.
instead.
Marcus!
He's going to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, no.
He's